Hello, Sweet Tooth and Flutter Pyrox is here. Gonna play more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney.
How does an attorney?
What is an attorney?
Shippo, you must know by now. Who's the culprit?
It's like, well, if you say the word attorney over and over and over, it will lose its meaning. Attorney, 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 attorney. See, now it just sounds weird.
Well, if you just say it without reason, then does it have a meaning?
Exactly. Ha!
I'm opening the door.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
Now we know exactly how long it takes for Tarzan to lose his patience and mimic a girl's voice. The amount of time it takes to open up one soda. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. And I think I kept getting that name wrong yesterday.
What one?
Joe Dark killings.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
What did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming.
And again, if she really saw the guy trying to kill her, I doubt that there's much that can be said about who was it.
Yeah. SL9 incident.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then, suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Jake Marshall's brother.
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. When I saw them burn a permanent picture in my mind, I can still see it now.
A permanent picture. Permanent picture. What did you see in the instant that crime had occurred?
Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. Okay, now this doesn't make sense. If you passed out in front of a serial killer, he would have killed you too.
Yeah. There was nothing stopping him after he got Jake Marshall.
Yeah, so it's like, I can understand. That just tells me that either something stopped Joe Dark, or it wasn't Joe Dark that was a killer.
Yeah,
And he definitely came in violent because someone was chasing him.
Yeah, he didn't actually do anything.
Not there. He at least killed Joe Marshall there from that statement. The question is, if it really was a serial killer, he wouldn't have thought twice about getting rid of Emma.
Yeah.
So it's either A, something prevented him from getting rid of Emma, B, something else happened during that day, or C, that was a different person. Right?
Yeah, that's weird.
Considering it's Phoenix Wright, I'm just placing it that it always could be a different person.
Yeah, mostly on the fact that she passed out, but he didn't do anything to her.
Well, also the lights went out.
Yeah.
And based on what we've seen so far, if you just see a shadow of figure, then it could be anyone.
Could be Danganronpa Gray Guy. He's dangerous.
He keeps showing up.
Hmm.
When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident.
I don't recommend, if possible, to pass out when a serial killer is in front of you killing.
I wouldn't recommend testifying and then avoiding specific topics.
Yeah.
Man, probably traumatized. I tried, but the words just couldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. You must have been 14. That's understandable.
Wait a minute, then how was she a witness if she said nothing? Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I would want to be able to fight with crime with my testimonies. To find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. Well, you're a 14-year-old. You can't exactly blame yourself for that one.
Yeah. So it's true, even though he may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Something puzzling. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
There's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? Alana was a chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What?
And then how did she become a chief prosecutor in 2 years?
I have no idea. The promotions of this world are very weird. But
Seems like it.
promotions in real life are kind of weird too.
After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Has she ever prosecuted a case then?
Lana used to be a detective? Well, it's funny that they brought... The first time Phoenix was in the courtroom, it's like, do you know the accused? Do you know the accuser?
Well, I think that was just mainly as, wait a minute, do you know anything about this case at all, Mr. Wright?
Yeah, but then he was like, you're free to do the case then. Here you go.
It was a tutorial. That's mainly what it was.
Yeah. I better have another talk with her.
Like that court guy said, we saw a lawyer play the game a bit. The judge would actually be very concerned about a new lawyer taking a murder trial.
Yeah.
Lana? Why am I surprised every time I see Lana? Mr. Wright, seems I keep causing you trouble.
Yeah, you keep surprising Emma that you're even here. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Yeah. Lana.
Lana really wanted to slam his hand down.
Yeah. Emma told me about you.
Oh?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Wright was transferred too. That's right. Mr. Wright.
Some call me Mr. Wrong, but I'm right. Mr. Right. Could you fill
on
me?
the left.
Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs?
They should have made Mr. Wright sit on the right. I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
Right. First things first, check out my badge.
Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved.
She really means it. But this is my badge.
Lana?
It's my badge. How's that evidence? Was I part of the crime? A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence for that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15 there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Detective Lana Sky.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant?
He was the deputy chief of police back then. He still worked at the crime scenes. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. That seems very dangerous. I mean, how could you solve a crime before the reports were done?
I just want to say, Damon Gant is like one letter off from the word demon.
I think that was intentional. Let me look it up. Let me look up what Damon Gant is supposed to be.
He's actually a demon. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience, investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should.
It really is demon.
What?
Yep, Damon Gant is demon. That's the joke.
He's a demon.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see, Marshall is a reference to old Western law enforcement for Jake Marshall. Angel Star, a name that just sounds really feminine. Meekins comes from meek. Mike might have something to do with his megaphone. Bruce Goodman was a good man.
Alright.
Joe Dark, because he's the dark person. I don't see Emma on here. I do see on the sky, but they just put the words I don't know.
I'ma do science.
Emma do science. That's kind of funny. Wait, here's some more. These are probably ones for the next game. Hummy Faye, anagram of I am, which is important in case 3-2. There's only a person apparently named I am.
Huh.
Benjamin Woodman has to do with having a wooden puppet. Matt On Guard. On Guard is a famous French word often used at the start of a duel. Juan Coria. Coria is a Spanish term that has something to do with bullfighting.
Okay, but we're not really on that game right now.
Yeah.
So let's focus.
Cool.
Now let's focus. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was a second in command of detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command. That means the investigation lead was Demon Gaunt, right?
Yes, the deputy chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
They even had the same office.
We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Star. It was the name Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho.
First time.
Sorry. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Oh, hey, there's one more for Gant. Gant is the French word for glove. Demon glove. That is his full name.
Okay.
Professor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us. First one at scene.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Grant and Marshall let their guards down and fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Gant and myself. You know, that's kind of stupid. When you run from two police officers during the middle of questioning, it's basically admitting guilt. And then he run into another police officer's office.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. You're in the middle of the police station. You're going to be caught if you do something like that. That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana.
It appears so. I was filling some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. I see a few from last game. The last round. Penny and Nickel, referencing to her being a collector. Cody Hackins was code hacking. And that diva lady, it was, let's see, D-Boss was diva. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood.
3 bodies?
Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. Well, that explains why he didn't go after Emma. There's some for Will Powers and Jackhammer. Will Powers is willpower, Jackhammer is Jackhammer.
What did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident?
That's right. Quite a coincidence,
I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago.
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office of Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder.
Wait a minute, if they both shared the chief's office, does that mean Lana was the chief of police beforehand?
Maybe.
I think Gant before was the one under the chief, right?
Maybe. No one's here today, not even Star.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, No one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
But you proved someone else was murdered there. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
But you said that it happened in the evidence room still. Hang in there, Lana.
I gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Guess here.
Things will end tomorrow.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall.
I never thought things turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, you never know where life will lead ya, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go to the evidence room today, partner.
But, Mr. Marshall, why'd you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. Dark trial. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean that switchblade knife with a broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised.
A question?
The blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound the victim sustained. What does that mean? It means there is It means there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence?
You know, the weird thing about this is they're blaming the prosecutor's office for changing the evidence. But the ones who changed it were the detectives, right?
Yeah.
Lana was the one that just admitted to being the one who changed it. And yet they're all upset about prosecutors.
Yeah, because they're the ones that present it.
Yeah, the prosecutors were just given the evidence to present. The detectives were the ones that provided the evidence. And the detectives were the ones that changed the evidence.
Yeah.
Yet they're all angry at prosecutors. It makes no sense, right?
Yeah. That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
Scars left 9. It left 9 scars.
Oh goodness. It's a total.
Does that make sense? I don't know. Maybe there's 9 people involved. I'm not going to count it though. Alright.
I don't know, you could pull up the victim count.
I could. Well, fine. Fine.
I'm gonna laugh that there's 9 people that are actually in that victim list. I highly doubt there is. It's 6.
6.
Wait a minute, go back.
What?
6 people here. 1, 3 people there. 9 people. We don't count the investigation task force.
Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 there. There's too many in the investigation task force, but if you just count the victims and the witnesses, maybe the people directly affected by Joe Dark. Right?
Probably.
Victims, witnesses, and head prosecutor.
Alright, anyways, we're thinking too much on
We're just having fun.
Alright, Prosecutor Marshall. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother.
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest honor? You mean the King of Prosecutors? I knew it. What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. Scars. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They?
Who are you talking about?
Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Gant and Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second in command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too.
Tell me what happened to my sister.
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. Dang.
He's probably getting fired.
Yeah.
I mean, he admitted he flat out didn't do his job and then admitted that he went to steal.
Yeah. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Well, they actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Oh, okay.
That guy still isn't breaking out.
Nope. See you later. Does he have a freaking organ in his office?
Yes.
What? Whoa, where am I?
It's playing. In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. Who takes organ lessons? They used to call me Little Miss Bach.
Okay.
That was fast. Now I can't remember where the C was.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's here.
Oh, it's you two.
What are you two doing in my office?
Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading on his desk. So, righto, have you been swimming lately?
Why does he ask you that every time?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
I see that you haven't aged a day at all. Neither of you.
None of you look different.
Y'all are even wearing the same outfit. Did you not change clothes at all in 2 years?
Gotta change clothes. Hey, there's that jar.
Hey,
Interesting.
where's that knight in shining armor that's to the right?
Right.
Where is that?
We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Photo at the award ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil.
Oh, there's a spear. What's that? Why is there a spear in your picture?
Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long been since over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend.
Get out of my office.
Jeez.
Looks like we aren't welcome.
It seems that case isn't over with yet, after all.
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office.
We're gonna break into the police department?
Yes. How do we do that? Let's go.
I just want to know why they're posing so close to a knight with a spear. Right?
Yeah.
It's like right in their picture.
That's the spear hero.
The spear hero's an idiot, kinda. Miss Edgeworth isn't here.
Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. He took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, with one admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
I guess we'll just have to come back later. Come back later. Trying to see if there's any place. Okay, yeah, here, huh? Oh.
Hey, pal.
Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting?
I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is still out of the loop.
So, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth?
Edgeworth? No, why do you ask?
He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court.
That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Why is Edgeworth being blamed for this? Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes.
Edgeworth's crisis. But why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she?
Regardless, the prosecutor's responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but you know there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor keeps him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this, are there so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies.
Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work!
Yes, sir.
Let's go out for lunch again sometime, I treat.
I was thinking about that. Yes, sir.
You gotta take me back to the joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Yes, sir.
It seems you don't have any problems with enemies.
Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack.
SL9 incident.
Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while coffee was brewing.
He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything?
The only evidence Stark left behind was during his final attack.
His final attack? You mean?
When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. Me.
Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl.
That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Well, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay?
His powers of recollection never fail to impress.
Can you jog his memory somehow? Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. Well, this is the first time they flat out tell you what you're supposed to do.
They're like, here you go. This is what you do. Dark's crimes.
Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman.
A businessman? What made him take to serial killing?
One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident. An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. An animal?
An aminal.
He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed the lady who saw the second crime. Kid walked by then, he killed him too. He was just burying the bodies. Jogger came upon the scene, killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in.
Oh, okay. So all the killings all happened at the same exact time.
So every single killing got a witness, and then he killed the witness, and then he killed the witness, and then he killed the witness. And he's like, oh God, I can't keep doing this.
Holy crap. Seems he was a pretty careless aminal.
Of course, this all is conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence.
So he turned himself in, the aminal.
Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered this final victim. Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed.
That last witness, aka Emma. Stop hurting our witnesses' feelings. Stop it.
Coach just seems to get that a lot.
Here's the murder weapon from the... I'm joking. About this.
Hey, is that?
It has a tag attached to it with the label SL9 Incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of.
What are you doing with that?
Stab you. No joking. I'm an animal now.
But ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
Actually, Wright can't turn it into an aminal and just start stabbing everyone. He can't drive.
You gotta drive a car for the first one.
Yeah.
On that day the Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. It was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's it. Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
Murder weapon. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it?
That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus it has the fingerprints on it too. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at this knife, you'll see it's broken. You don't have to take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Where was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found deep inside the stab wound.
Did it match Dark's knife?
You bet, down to the last fiber. That's pretty conclusive.
Stabbed in the back, died from punctured heart and lung. The knife tip was in the wound.
That seems a little too perfect. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know.
Can I ask you one more thing? Can I drive your car so I can turn into an animal?
What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. He'll loan anyone $50.
It's not money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
And the chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around, if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? But if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned.
Oh.
Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you.
That's okay.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
No, you're supposed to stay quiet. We're supposed to be burglars.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Dang it.
Well, at least it's better than walking over there and figuring it out. Oh.
So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office.
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. So what would make Gumshoe be willing to risk getting fired?
This thing?
Maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives.
Must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met.
Something about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office and he's yelling at me.
Chief Gant?
Where could I have seen that before? Wait, can we look at the picture again? I noticed something. That one, yeah. Yeah, see something there? Notice how it's different from Edgeworth's?
This?
Yeah, look.
Oh, tips.
The King of Prosecutors is completely different. It's a sword and shield instead of just a shield. That's kind of cool.
Why is that?
Probably should ask Edgeworth.
But the picture.
You just noticed it's bad in the picture.
So. Huh, I'm not sure. Maybe this thing.
that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edgeworth got the other day.
Were you at the Words of Ceremony, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself.
Ah, congratulations.
I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later.
Apparently he's forgotten.
I don't know, what are we doing?
Well, I showed him the jar, and he said that looks familiar. Now I don't know what to do. I thought I'd show him this picture because that clearly shows the jar, but that's not working.
We don't have what we need right now.
What?
We gotta move. You're gonna show Detective Gumshoe everything in your inventory?
Yeah? Guess we'll just walk around. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is. It looked like he's writing something. What are you doing in here?
He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in court, huh?
I had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you.
That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings.
So what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day.
Let me take a look at your little paper you threw on the ground. Wonder what he was writing before.
Come on, Mr. Wright. Let's take a look.
Yeah! You crazy, Edgeworth is sitting right there.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh no, he's fallen to the ground.
You are terrible at this. Hold on. First, let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet.
He didn't even look.
What? Letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation.
Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean...
I'm tired, Wright. I feel as if something inside me has died. But, Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. And no one else should forgive me either.
Uh-oh, I think he's serious.
Well, I think we got our evidence. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
It's a letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Talk. Forged evidence.
There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what all it breaks down to, and nothing I can do can erase that back.
But you didn't know, did you? I mean, that the evidence was falsified.
The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains that same, no matter what excuses I might have. Now it seems like they broke your bond of trust themselves.
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth? I take pride in my work. So tell me why. Why has it all come to this?
Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Tomorrow's trial. Are you up for the trial tomorrow?
First last year's trial and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. Be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this.
What do you mean?
The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long.
It's only half as long as most lists? That's odd.
After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been a part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That really should be your only job, not figuring out if the police department's giving you accurate evidence. That really was the only thing on my mind at the time. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time.
That picture, something seems strange about it. Day of the crime. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You participated in a ceremony over at the station, right?
I never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department.
You finished up at the office?
Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? This. Oh yeah, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, it was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office.
That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to?
That's right. I think that's a stupid... That seems kind of stupid. Right?
Yeah. This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Gant's office.
Just trying to complete my full thought. I feel like... Even if you want someone to hold on to it, wouldn't the evidence lockers themselves be safer than Edgeworth's office?
Yeah.
Or are you just trying to get him in trouble again? If anything happens to that thing, you can just get naggy on Edgeworth. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding. It's a little different than yours. Yes, you're right. I remember now.
Remember what?
That was the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. There's a story behind its design. A story?
Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us?
It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on.
King of Prosecutors Trophy.
This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, the second means shield. Have you heard this story?
Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake.
Very well. Long ago in the kingdom of Shu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon.
Wait a minute. These claims contradict each other.
Very perceptive. But then again, you heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. Why did you yell at objection while listening to a story? When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. And thus, the Chinese word from contradiction was born. Oh, I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize? Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. So I'm guessing that they basically bash together until they both break. Well, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield?
You'll have to ask Chief Gant. A few years ago, he had the halberd part of the ward abolished.
Chief Gant. Alright. See you later. We gotta go break into your chief's office. Oh, wait. What's happening?
Something's happening here, apparently. Excuse me?
Oh, no.
Would either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef?
Maybe.
Really?
Miss Star. I guess she's out of lunches.
Mama actually will want that. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk.
Please don't say that.
Too late. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago.
You're welcome. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This can't all be attributed to mere coincidence.
Aren't you forgetting something? You know that little scene I happened to witness?
The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife.
Shut up and let me do my job. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten.
Miss Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Dark investigation.
Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Wait, what? Wouldn't you have multiple witnesses if this happened over a year?
Yeah.
I mean, at least one of them would have talked to the police. Are you saying that after each killing, someone talked to the police, then Joe Dark killed them? Wouldn't you have plenty of evidence if you have multiple witnesses' testimonies?
But didn't this sound like he was in a car crash and he just murdered everyone right there?
No, it sounds like more like every time he was in a car crash, that he just followed every single person who saw him and then tried to get rid of the bodies each time. So I would say that there could possibly be a few days between if people didn't immediately go and talk to the police. But he basically stalked everyone who saw him. Considering how fast trials happen here, if a witness came in and said that this happened, though, it would be pretty much instantaneous. There's no way it was over a year.
Yeah.
It had to have occurred in like a week at most. He just had to make sure that they never came in contact with the police as he stalked them.
Yeah.
Poor old Jink Marshall. No, must have been going through hell.
You mean because of his brother's death?
They were so close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate.
Her?
Lana Sky. My sister? The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo. Lana and Chief Gant?
After a case closed.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out.
You mean with the forging of the evidence?
Don't get me wrong, Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you don't have proof that anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After the case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties. Most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter.
She was being used. Legendary duo.
Daring Gant and Lana Sky. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Daring Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal.
His magnetism?
By that I mean his ability to track evidence. He provided the most incredible evidence in the cases he handled.
Incredible evidence, you mean?
Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared to confront him though.
I think she's talking about forged evidence.
Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Drake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. It wasn't for her. I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from the shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Star. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn out so cold after that?
Being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she?
Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief? That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There's only one thing left for him to control. And that no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office.
What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred?
If he can control the chief prosecutor, he can control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. There must have been a reason for her to change.
At last. I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Star.
You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Oh, you're back.
You're still here.
I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. Turn into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey.
Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer's still no. Not letting you to the chief's office, period. I mean, my neck on the line.
That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident. You have to take a look in there.
There's gotta be something we can do to make the detective change his mind.
Here you go, forged evidence. No, I'm joking.
What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious.
Is he ever not serious?
I can't believe they pushed him this far. Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was as cold as ice, too. And I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. But we betrayed him. Detective? That's it. I made up my mind. But... Here, take my ID card.
We can't do that if someone found out.
They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated.
What?
So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake.
Alright, detective. Thank you. That's it. Getting in that place. With the organ. And we're gonna play his organ as much as we want.
Is that really all you want to do? Here goes, Mr. Wright.
Nah, we gotta look for other stuff too.
Was that organ there the day of the crime?
Hey, there's the
We're in.
stat armor thing.
It's right in front of the window. If anyone finds us now... Detective Gumshoe?
Detective Gumshoe's a goner.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Gah!
What the heck?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe. What are you doing sneaking up on us like that?
I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too.
If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable and in pocket.
You destroyed it. Hey, don't go do that to my ID card. Why'd you do that? He's helping you.
What the heck?
I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out.
I had a bad feeling about this.
Now you can talk to Gumshoe in this room. Oh my god, why can't you wait till you're outside to talk about this stuff, Gumshoe?
This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons.
Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations.
First the pipe organ, now this armor. Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room?
What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes.
You don't have any taxes to pay.
Be careful what you say. Who knows? Chief may be hiding in this armor as we speak.
I don't think he'd fit in there.
Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out, you guys don't know how scary that guy can be. You followed us in here so that way you can be assaulted by him as well.
This is a safe, isn't it?
Safe, that word is ripe with intrigue.
Oh, okay, if you say so.
It looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. Oh, do you know the number?
Nope. Don't touch it.
Not sure what will happen if we enter the wrong code. A 7-digit number. Didn't we see one of those somewhere?
Wait, I know what it is.
How we try entering my birth date?
No. Gumshoe, no.
Gumshoe's an idiot.
No, no. Just go to it. Yes.
You know what it is?
Yes. I have a hunch.
Oh, I know. You want to try my birth date. It's...
No. Shush. Stop it. I have a better idea. 777777777.
I swear to God if this works. Oh my God, it worked. That is kind of a dumb code.
Oh, bingo.
What number did you enter?
7.
Whose birthday was that, pal?
Stop it. September of 7s. Alright, the final ID card number on that record.
What?
The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day.
You mean 7777777? That ID number?
Yes. It's not a birthday. Don't say that again. I think you're 1-7 shy this time.
This can only mean one thing.
That Chief's Gant ID number.
That's Chief Gant's birthday. Say, anyone care to look inside the safe?
Get out of the way, Gumshoe. I'm trying to look at it.
Is there any money in there? How much do you have stashed away?
$50 probably. I don't know. Quiet.
Look, it's a shard from a broken cub.
Ooh. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before?
There's something else in here too.
What's this? It looks like a piece of leather cloth.
This is a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think Chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? This is all that was in the safe?
Apparently so. It's empty now.
Piece of cloth with a handprint on it, and a broken shard from a cup.
They look like pieces of evidence.
Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here.
Great, now I have to prove the relevancy.
Yep, and your time, because it's obviously like how long until someone comes in the room. Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective.
Gumshoe, stop. This is why...
Gotta get something for the Chief Gant's birthday. It's 777.
Trying to be quiet burglars here. Come on.
Wait. Well, I gotta go ho ho ho.
Oh.
Seriously, what was that?
Detective Gumshoe, could you have another look at this jar?
I remember when the three of us put that back together. Oh, those were the days.
It's kind of early to be nostalgic.
Wasn't it Shar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right, one of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it.
Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found?
You mean this one? That was in the safe? That I had my hands all over? Yes, that one. That was in the safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells, pal. Let's see if it fits. Why would you leave it be?
Here, let me see that shard. I'll take a crack at this.
Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
Stop calling me a rookie. If I can piece this together again. It'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here it goes.
If I can put one piece in the slot, Chief Gant's hiding evidence.
Oh dear me, how?
How will you actually put this one piece in there?
Oh, so hard.
So difficult.
What is that?
It's like a blood stain.
There, it fits like a charm. That of
But
course
did
means...
you really need that last piece just to prove that there was a blood stain on here?
I guess. Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident.
But... Hey guys, get a load of this.
What? What is it?
The piece you just attached. It's different from the others. There's a reddish line on it.
Reddish line? That's blood.
I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? And then I guess we have to prove the other one to get it?
Yeah. So... what could we do for the other one? Look at the size of... Oh.
Look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. It's huge, but not made of mahogany, so it's inferior.
Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you. Yep. Put that paper he was reading in his desk. Oh, yeah. Let's get it.
I wonder what he was reading.
Yes.
This looks like a list of evidence.
A list of evidence?
Most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Hey, look at the case name. Huh? SL9 incident. Wonder what this is doing here.
Hold on, detective. What did you just say?
Isn't that the same thing Edgeworth was reading? I said I wonder what...
No, bad evidence list. Normally they're twice as long.
That's right. Guess there wasn't a lot of evidence, pal.
A half-size list of evidence. Yep.
Oh.
What would the other half of the list be doing here?
I knew it. The chief must be hiding something about that case.
It appears so.
Okay, so it's... I know what to present for the cloth. You want me to say it?
Yeah.
Fingerprint set.
Fingerprint set?
Yeah, you're gonna fingerprint it.
Oh, okay. Wait, I gotta present this to him, don't I? To the right. Here, present. Detective Gumshoe, I'd like you to have a look at this.
Yeah, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? It's a great idea, detective. Alright, go to town. Sheesh.
What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that?
Go ahead, take my fingerprints.
What?
It's not your fingerprints we want to take. Huh? Come on, this isn't time for jokes.
Exactly.
Aw.
We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe.
Well, I guess it makes sense both ways. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh, where's your sense of humor? He was totally being serious. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then once they've been absorbed in the prints, blow the rest away.
Okay. What are you, my mom? I don't have to be told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. What do I do again?
Choose a finger. You have to get one that's very clearly on there. Just it.
Wait. Okay, so enter. Right. Dust. Must to dust. Must give dust. Must give white dust. Dust, dust, dust. Okay.
Guess you're missing a bit.
Terrible.
See that bottom and
Terrible.
the top. A little bit of the middle. There we go. I think it's ready. Okay, whose prints are they?
No, it's not Gaunt's.
Why would he be hiding his own prints?
Really? No, how can this be? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here?
Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they?
Huh? Oh, it seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Psst. Hey you, over here. What's going on here? What is that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe?
Don't ask me. Let's just keep this information from Emma for now.
Here, maybe you should hold on to this.
Okay, so we gotta talk to you so that we at least do this. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's?
Yes, that's where I was waiting for Lana. On that day 2 years ago.
Is anyone using it now?
No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene.
That's a strange reason to leave it there.
He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time.
I see.
So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk? No one except Chief Gant and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning.
Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. Can't possibly be any clues remaining. Chief Gant.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it?
Why do you ask?
You don't think... Nah. You wouldn't be... No. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it, pal.
Okay. Now then, let's look around a bit more.
Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy.
Huh? What is it?
When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to start bothering you, pal. You don't just let it go at that.
Sorry. This guy's starting to get on my nerves. Okay, so what's bothering you?
You two don't think Chief Gant might be a suspect, do you?
Absolutely.
What? He's right, Mr. Wright. What do we think of him?
Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings. Yet.
Here you go ignoring me again. Well, was I any help?
Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right? You in the coat?
Chief Gant. You got caught.
We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective.
You mean me, sir?
Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to leave.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Oh, you in the coat?
Me, sir?
Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore.
But sir.
Now get out.
Yes, sir. Oh, she just got fired.
We'll be on our way out too. Then. Wait. You. The one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet.
Me, sir?
I'd like a word with you.
But sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet.
You with the spiky hair, you're free to go.
Mr. Wright?
We're not gonna leave her behind, are we?
Look, pal, if I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. Chief Ops is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you?
I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired.
Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it.
Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time?
Anyway, you listen to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over again with the chief. Later, pal.
After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day.
Why do they want to ask her questions?
I don't know.
I see. The chief asked Emma to come in for questioning.
It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here.
But I've already told you I can.
What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing.
Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. Something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman.
You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it is that's lurking behind your words.
Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jealous. It seems Edgeworth was right.
Edgeworth?
Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe.
Now's my chance to get her to tell me the rest of the story. Keeping quiet. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. It's not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual.
What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person?
Protecting? No, I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence.
For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who may I ask is this person you're speaking of? The one I'm supposedly so frightened of? What is this person's name?
Well, Miss Guy?
Mr. Wright, you are addressing the Chief Prosecutor. Do not forget your place.
Take it she's still not ready to spill the beans.
My apologies. Would you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know?
Damon Gant.
We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he's
respectable, then tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes?
His crimes?
Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically hiding and forging evidence.
Of course, these are serious offenses.
Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned?
Chief Gant?
Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was...
me. I had access because I was second in command of that investigation.
Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant.
If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case.
What was this, anyways?
There's a picture. Supposed to be the pictometer.
Picture is drawn on the back of the evidence list in magic marker. I had a very bad feeling about this.
That's pretty good for a 14-year-old.
Huh. It's not this, right?
I guess the fact the pot might be it. He was hiding evidence at least. And how do we prove he's forging it?
Forging. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. This jar piece and this piece of cloth. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him?
Touché, Mr. Wright. As you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder.
Why not?
Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate.
In the murder of Detective Goodman.
Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more than accurate than cooperate.
Orders?
Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car.
Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman.
Correct. I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body.
The murder weapon? You mean Edgeworth's knife?
No. When I found the body, the knife stuck in it. This was the knife stuck in it.
The knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife.
I couldn't just leave that knife in him. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife.
That would be Edgeworth's knife.
That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand.
And that is a reason for the bandage on your right hand.
Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I plunged the knife in.
Miss Starr, huh? Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly?
It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible.
So, you hid Dark's knife.
The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Joe Dark case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have a field day with that.
So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe.
Right. Then I called my sister. To tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler.
You asked Emma?
I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this.
That would explain why Emma is so confident about Lana's innocence.
Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day.
A bad feeling?
The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gand, the first thing I did was make a phone call. Phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall.
To Marshall? Why on earth would you call him?
The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least, I thought I could trust him at the time. However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own.
Oh,
So
you mean...
basically, she gave him the idea to do that. Because he didn't think Goodman would walk in at the same time. Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands.
He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence.
He had already stolen the ID card. But it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared.
So your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room.
Woo! I'm afraid that's all I can tell you.
But Lana,
You earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator.
so much drama, Lana.
Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow.
Too late. Tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. Right. I gotta get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murder. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. Oh. This one. Alright. We're going to leave it off in this one and pick it up in the next one. Want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Hope you have yourself a good day. Your booty butt.
Your booty butt.
Bye-bye.